Hi everyone, hope you're well. Good to see you all. Good to see lots and lots of wonderful names coming up that people I know. And Kevin, apparently you're new here, so welcome. I'm Gary. This is my live stream. Hope you enjoy it. It's 2 hours of me basically just chatting away to the camera, trying to build something, which as you all know, it doesn't really get done. But you know what? I try. And yeah, just chat about the state of things and this and that. Just past 2 hours in each other's wonderful company. So hope you're all doing very well. As you can see, I have here a MiG-15 egg kit. I'm going to start doing today. Now, this live stream is something special in this live stream that hasn't been done before. So we're going to have a go at it and see how it goes. I think it could be quite fun. Now, as you know, Mystery Box Nick sends me things that I don't know what they are. And then I open them on camera and go, oh, wow. And generally, actually, exclusively, entirely, completely so far, I've got, oh my God, that's amazing. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. So, Nick sent me a mystery box this week. I haven't opened it yet. And I've only just figured out what's inside. Because, as usual, Nick has put a cryptic clue on there. So I'm going to show you the cryptic clue. And then we'll see if anyone can solve it. Maybe, just maybe, there might be a little something in it if you solve it. Yeah, maybe there might be a little something coming your way from Nick as well. Who knows? Not for me to say, but you know, just saying. So just for the fun of it, I thought we'd do that as well. I'll do that in about maybe in about, I don't know, 10 minutes, half an hour, 15 minutes or so. Get enough people coming on, everyone's sort of settled in and chatty and whatever, and then we'll do that. Okay, excellent. The other thing I was thinking, I mean, I love doing these live streams. I have to say, I really enjoy these live streams. I hope you do too. Well, I hope you do, because you're coming back for them. If you didn't like them, there'd be something wrong with you if you keep coming back for it. But I was thinking maybe, I don't know if one a week is really a good idea or not. I'm happy to do one a week on different days of the week so that everyone gets a, you know, there's going to be some people who can't do this and can't do that. At the moment it's a Thursday and a Tuesday. Maybe a Wednesday. I don't know about the other one, whether it's a Monday or a Friday or weekend or whatever. I don't know. What I'm going to do is after the next Monday, I'll talk about it in Monday Matters as well, and I will leave a poll up on the site from Monday, and let me know whether you think one a week's a good idea, or 3 a month is a good idea, or leave it as it is, or we're sick of hearing your voice, Gary. Whatever it is, be honest with me, because if you're honest, then I know how to improve the channel. Okay, so I'll do that on Monday, and you can let me know what you think. I don't mind doing them. Let me tell you, I do not mind doing them. I love doing live streams. It just is a great way to connect with all of you and to hear your stuff coming back. Okay, so let me know how we go. So, what else has been happening? Oh, I had a chat with Chris Parker-Joy at Airfix today. I should have been interviewing him, but trying to get voice recording on it, because he can only do a phone, because he's in the office and they don't have webcams on their stuff. So he was going to do an interview, but then we had a chat and it didn't work out as an interview. But I'm going to be over there again, actually down to Margate next Wednesday, and he said, well, why don't we get together, we can do a thing and we can do it to camera, and then at least you've got video rather than showing pictures over a telephone conversation. I thought that'd be great. We're talking about the Liberator. We're talking about the Liberator kit because Chris is a designer of that. He also did the B-17, so it's interesting for him to compare the B-17 from what 8 years ago or so to the experience of the Liberator. But the funny thing is, when you talk about these guys, when you talk about to them about, well, what did you do? You know, this kit and this da 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 da. They've already moved on. The Liberator is like done that. moved on to the next kit. Oh, I always tell them, of course, well, if you can stop working on the Halifax for just a moment and talk to me about the Liberator. And they, yeah, because they're not going to tell me what they're up to. But there we go. But it was really interesting talk about the Liberator and its design and some of the thought processes there and some of the things I've noticed and we talked about. And it was a really interesting chat. So we're going to sort of recreate a similar sort of thing. I might chuck him one or two extra questions as well, just keep him on his toes, bless him. But you know what, nice, he's a lovely guy, Chris. If you ever meet him like at any of the shows like Telford, or if you met, I don't know if he was at the NEC recently, but you know, have a chat with him because he's a really nice guy, really interesting guy, and properly knows his stuff. I mean, really knows his stuff. He's really good to talk to. And he's the one who generally gets the big projects like the 124th aircraft. So he's no doubt working on whatever Airfix have to follow up from the Spitfire. Of course, he will never say what it is, but there we go. It's fun. What else was there? Oh yeah, I had. Oh, sorry. What's the chosen drive? Do you mean drink, Joe? Drink. Chosen drink tonight is Hobgoblin Stout. Now, I've had a few Hobgoblins drinks before, and I noticed today in the supermarket I had Stout, 4.1%. Nice, rich, smooth, easy drinking, apparently. Jet black with aromas of roasted malts and chocolate. Okay, looks good to me. Actually looks a really nice point, if you can see it there. Nice and dark. I do like a stout and a porter. Porter and stout, my favourite things, really. Actually, that's a really good beer. That's really nice. Yes, so yeah, Kevin, you're hoping for a new to 124th Mozzie. I think a lot of people are, but you know, a Mosquito in 124th these days, you're probably looking £150 to £200, I'd have thought. I don't know. Maybe they're going to prove me wrong, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So, what else happened this week? I had another chat, says he, trying to divert the fact he hasn't actually done any work yet again. I had another chat with Luke Slaney-Hewitt. Now, if you know about Airfix, or you've seen some of the interviews I've done in the past with them, Luke was, until not long ago, their researcher. He said he had the best job in the world. It was doing all the research for Airfix, so he was doing the... oh, I'm sorry, Dave, thank you so much, Dave. World War II scale modeler Dave has just gifted 5 memberships. So, mate, thank you so very, very much. That's really nice of you. Well done, mate. Thanks a lot. So, yeah, Luke used to be the researcher, so part of his job was helping do the research for the designers to get original materials, photographs and stuff like that, and helping the process when they had designs and looking at designs, were the panel lines in the right place, rivets in the right place, all this sort of stuff. But also he did a lot of work on the decal designs, and he helped choose what decal schemes would be involved and things like that. He was a pretty pivotal guy. Anyway, he now works at Revell, which is interesting. He's now product manager for aircraft and space. So I had a little chat with him, and he was sort of gauging my sort of understanding of Revell and the business and things like that, and where we think it should be going, how it could do better, what it could do, yada da da da. And you know what, it sounds like just, you know, watch this space for Revell to be revived in terms of aircraft and space kits. It sounds like he's on a bit of a mission. It sounds like he's got some support as well from the management, otherwise he wouldn't have employed him, presumably. And it could be a start of a new Revell in a way. Not, you know, one thing that he said, you know, what was your impression of Revell, and it was kind of, well, it's a company that's been sitting on its laurels, frankly. I mean, you know, they re-released some kit. They re-released the Arado E555, which is a brilliant kit, that flying wing I did. absolutely amazing thing. But you know, you can't just keep reviving favourite old kits. And I think they've done like, so in the last 2.5, 3 years, they've done 3 new tools. They did the 132nd Hurricane, they did the 172nd Strike Eagle, and they did the 148th Blackbird. Which, you know, they're great things, but do you know what? That's not enough really for a company like that. And yeah, they buy them in. Chris, you know, so yes, ICM I think have a strategic arrangement with them. They have, you know, they bring stuff in now and again, but I don't know. I just thought they were sitting on their laurels. And I got the impression, I don't know for sure because I don't know all the background. I don't know the ins and outs of the business and yada da da. But it sounded to me as if Revell were looking to revamp that part of their offer, that part of their business, and that they brought Luke in to help them do that. So it sounds like it could be really interesting. That's as much as I know. So I don't know. Read into that what you will. But I think, you know, to take someone like Luke from Airfix, who really knows aircraft, I mean, really, really knows aircraft, and it kind of strikes me that they are after doing something more, which is fantastic. I hope they do. But, oh, Mikey, one of the big things I need to sort out is those pesky side opening boxes. Do you know what? He actually did ask me about that. He said, what do you think about the boxes being side opening? And I had it's only a small kit. I mean, the Hawk, the 172nd Red Arrows Hawk I had. And I was, oh, yeah, I hadn't actually thought about that. Let me have a look. I said, do you know what? The problem for me is I have a lot of kits on the go at once. I don't know, 6 kits on the go sometimes. I like to put them back in their box, and they sit in their box, or the frames sit in the box whilst other bits sit elsewhere. If I'm constantly putting him into the end of a box, I'm breaking stuff and scratching decals and stuff like that. I can see it makes sense to be a single piece of cardboard, which is then folded over artistically to make a box. But he said what he was also looking at was the Hele ones, which are a single piece of cardboard folded up, but they're like a hinged top opener, you know, hinged on one side. But it is actually still one piece of cardboard. So, yeah, who knows? He did say they'd had a lot of bad feedback about the box opening at the end. Yeah, I think, you know, Dane, I think they are still going to be doing the older kits. I mean, like, much like Airfix do. But, you know, there's a point where Airfix stopped doing them, and they give them another 10 years, then they call them a vintage classic, because that's what they are. They're old. And they're not up to modern standards. I think they are looking, my impression, I can't say more than that, but my impression was they were preparing to invest more in new tools, and I really hope they do, because the F-15 I made 2 years ago or so was a really, really nice kit. I have to, a really nice kit. It was really good. A Revell Tornado. Yeah, I've got a Revell 1/32 scale Tornado, as it happens to do, which is really interesting. Mikey, yeah, the best boxing I've seen is the ICM ones. Do you know the ICM is nice boxing in that generally, I've got one here. Generally speaking, you know, you get the shiny thing, but it's an outer, and oh, I can't show that one because I haven't undone it. You have an outer top up, like this box opens upwards, and then nice thick chunky box, and it opens as a hinge. That's really good, really protects what's inside. I remember, Mikey, you pointed that out on your review of the FWD, and I always thought, wish I'd mentioned that actually. That's one of the things you picked up on I hadn't even thought about. But it's true that, you know, these boxes really do. I'm looking around desperately for one that's within easy reach, and there aren't any because there are so many of them. Yeah, you'd have seen it when I do box reviews. You see, I open it up, and then the inside box works like that. It's really nice. End opening boxes. You know, to be honest, actually, Airfix use end opening boxes on a lot of their gift sets, you know, the Series 1 gift sets, you know, Tom Hawks and JPs and things like that, and I don't like them. I don't like them at all. Mainly because I like to be able to store the things when I'm working on them. Yeah, good. I think we'll caught up. Excellent. Right, I will make a start on doing something with this, and then I'll have a chat for a bit more, and then I'll talk about the kit from Nick. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to paint the inside. I'm going to get the two halves out. Make sure. Don't you just hate it when they do things like this? Sorry, they put a wheel on, moulded it. I know it's only an egg kit, but that's going to break, and that really annoys me. Yeah, if you know what? Yes, indeed. If they're going to chuck them out like that, really not a good thing. Yeah, Simon, that Special Hobby C5. Actually, I meant to bring my one upstairs. That's a job and a half, isn't it? That's quite a kit to make. It only because it's actually really not very well put together. It's not an easy thing to do. I had a lot of trouble with mine, but I got there eventually. But yeah. Airfix end opening boxes have a slide out tray. Really? Not on the Series 1 things that I've got, like the Jet Provost and Tomahawk. They all just went straight into the end. I've got some bigger ones, and they're all top opening boxes. Everything I've got is either an end opener, like the ships, like the HMS Fearless. Is that? No, that's the top opener. No, it's the ones I've got that are end openers all seem to be gift sets and things like the cars and all of that, and they none of them have got a box inside. I don't know. Maybe I've missed out something. I don't know. Yeah, not on the Star Sense. Joe, how's the Gannet coming on? Oh, do you know, I haven't touched the Gannet, and I don't know why. I can't get my head around finishing that blasted kit. I really can't. And I really want to, and I really can't get my head around it because everything else, it's really easy to sort of divert and think, no, I'm not going to do that because I want to do this. I'm not going to do that because this needs doing. None of it needs doing. It's just I don't want to do it. But I don't know why I don't want to do it. It's not an intrinsically bad kit by any means. It's actually a really, really nice kit. But I just can't bring myself to finish it, mate. I don't know why. I really don't know why. A big problem, of course, is that the Liberator came along. And then the B-26, which I haven't started on yet. I've got to do something with some figures for that as well. It's just that other things come along all the time, and I just cannot get my head around actually doing it. It's really silly. I should do because it's just sat there, and it's annoying me. And I don't know. Sounds all a bit rubbish, doesn't it? Really, but there we go. 400. Revel, Revel. It's 288th space shuttle, 11 parts. Well, yeah. Who was I talking to? Actually, I might be when I was chatting with. Yeah, it was when I was chatting with Luke about mentioning about space shuttles, and I was saying, that because he's aircraft and space. It's not a lot happened in a lot of respects that Revel could do in space, of course, apart from the Antares, the new NASA thing that they're going to send to Mars eventually and back to the moon. And it's saying about how that will really reignite it. And I don't know. Don't know whether it will, because I'll tell you, There's a guy I used to know at NASA. I used to deal a lot with NASA. I mean, they're good people. And there's a guy there. I remember chatting with him, and he was talking to his like 15-year-old son about something, and said, his son said, "Oh, that's pretty good," and his dad said, "Yeah, it's really space age," and his son said, "Well, you mean old-fashioned?" Because to him, the space age was like the early 70s and the moonwalk and stuff like that. It was nothing to do with modern life. It was the old days. NASA was the old days, which pretty much hurt Jeff's feelings, seeing as he was working at NASA now. But I think that's half the perception problem they're going to have, is generating the interest in a world where, you know, we've got enough problems and we don't have a Cold War per se at the moment. Why on earth are we spending all this money going back to the moon and then going to Mars? And that's a fair point, you know, and I love space flight. I love the whole thing of it, you know. As I say, it used to be my job to talk to these people and to ESA and to all this. But you do think, you know, could you not maybe cure global warming? Or sorry, climate change, not allowed to say global warming, climate change. Could you not do something about that with your money? I mean, I know they invest in satellites to look at it, but how about investing in something that actually help, rather than going off to another planet? I don't know. SpaceX rockets and astronauts, yeah, absolutely. They could do all these things. And if they do SpaceX, they're probably going to have to like license everything again. That's probably going to cost a fortune, you know that. Hey Jim, how you doing, mate? Okay. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to paint the insides of these, just where the cockpit's going to go. I will find out where the cockpit's actually going to find out where the seat goes. Then I'll know how big it is that I need to do. And then I'm going to paint the interior that lovely Russian Air Force blue, or emerald, or whatever they call it. Let's see how we go. Yeah, so it could be good. I mean, Revell, when I was growing up, Revell was a really good name. And it still is. I mean, they still make and sell some interesting kits, but they just don't do much new stuff, and that's the problem. That is the problem. Oh, we started stash comparisons. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my stash is just actually getting out of hand. I've got two massive boxes of stuff from ICM I need to start building and dispose of somehow. I'm definitely going to have to do some sort of raffle or something for the Tahi, the CH-54, because it is just too big for me and I'm not going to build it. So maybe I'll do that soon. I should be doing that soon. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Chris, when I went to KC, I was surprised that the shuttle was nowhere near as big as I thought it was. Yeah, it isn't as big as people sometimes think. It's actually quite an astonishingly small plane when you think it's going into space with anything like I think 7 people. It's the biggest. I saw it when it came over to Stansted. It did like a world or European tour on the back of the 747. This would be about 1980 something, 81, 82, something like that. And it came over and did a tour, and they landed at Stansted and went to see it. And it was because it was carried on the back of a jumbo jet. It wasn't actually as big as you think. However, quite an amazing thing, really amazing thing. Chris, you've got your FX Walrus. What do you use for rigging? I use Ushi or MIG. It's like a expandable. It's like not nylon. What is it? It's not spandex or something like that. It's a expanding elastic type thing, but really thin. Let's see if I can find some. It's really good stuff. It's good because it's, yeah, there we go. Because it's ammo rigging. There you go. Because it's elasticated. Then when you put it into place, it's self tightening, so it stays in a nice straight line, which is really good. If it's not elastic, then yeah, it's difficult getting the line taut and getting it glued into place sometimes. I will try and find some thicker rigging though, because this is like really thin, 0.03 mil, and that's looking good on 1/72nd. But when you get up to 48th and bigger, that does look very small. So I'm going to have to find something that's maybe even 0.1 or 0.07 or something like that, just to like properly, just a little bit thicker than that. But it's really good to use. Just super glue each end, super glue one end on, pull it, dob of super glue where it's going, pull it a little tighter into space, let it dry, nip it off. Job done. Really nice stuff to use. Oh yeah, Simon. Yes, you do have the rest of the Matchbox Challenge stash. I'll be getting on with that this next week. Hopefully, I'll be getting on with that as well. Stretch sprue can work, but it's really difficult to use. You're absolutely right. Did that shuttle have its engines covered up, and was it the Enterprise? Yes, it was indeed. The cone went on the back for ferrying because it reduces the drag from the back end, and yeah, works really well. Oh, Jim, yeah, you use Easy Line. Yes, I think that's the stuff I've seen some Easy Line stuff, so I'm gonna have a look at that. Andy, you've got some 0.3 mil wire from Hobbycraft. Could you use that? You could. It depending on the scales you're using. I think it on 72nd it might look a little thick. I used to use brass jeweler's wire because it kept its shape quite well when it came off of the spool. It actually came off in quite straight, and you could snip it down. Yeah, brass wire. I've got a mate who uses really thin steel wire, so it's brilliant. It's but unfortunately you will get it in your finger because it's really nasty. But yeah, and it would work, absolutely work, especially on 48th or bigger. It'll be fine, absolutely fine. Oh, 124th London bus, very nice. Prim knitting elastic. Oh, that's interesting. I will look into that. That is interesting. Cool. Very good. Oh, 148th Tiger. Yeah, I think it'll look okay on a 148th Tiger Moth, mate. I think it'll look absolutely fine. Okay, need to get back to this. Actually, it's almost half past. So what I'm going to do, I know, I'm constantly diverting attention away from the fact that I haven't actually done anything. But that's not what you're not actually here to watch me make stuff. I don't think, are you? You're here for the banter and the chat and with each other as well, which is fantastic. Yeah, that particular shuttle wasn't indeed, no. You're absolutely right. George. Yeah, Enterprise wasn't designed to actually go into it wasn't orbit qualified, in fact, I think. I don't think the airframe was orbit qualified. So and it was never fitted with the right, with working engines. You're absolutely. They were just there for balance, basically, essentially. Right, okay. So, mystery box. Hope you're watching. Now, Actually, I'll put it under here because it's probably easier to read. Now, this is what I have to put up with. I say I have to put up with. It's really nice that he does it. Okay, so mystery box. It says solve the equation. So it's not very easy to see that. 32, right? 32. Open brackets. A over Cambridge plus M over Oxford plus A over Westminster, close brackets, equals Bristol in France. Okay, you got that? So, 32 brackets, A over Cambridge plus M over Oxford plus A over Westminster, close brackets, equals Bristol in France. That's the cryptic clue. Okay, so see if you think you know the answer to that. If you do, put it in the chat, and you never know, if you get it right and you get it first, you might well be getting a little surprise in the post from the one and very only Mystery Box Nick. So give it a go. Yep. Oh, if no one's got it in like half an hour, I will put it back up again. Yep. Good. I will say it took me like about a day to figure it out, but that's probably because I'm not very bright. Okay, so where are we? There we go. That's what I need. That, and I need something to put the paint in. This diddly dee, and I need to shake up this 32. Yeah. No. Oh, Crazy Loacher, how you doing, fella? Good to see you here, my friend. How are you? Really good to hear from you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying safe on the roads, not doing anything daft like chatting whilst you're driving. No. I think. Does anyone do a 132nd Beaufort? I sort of thought I built a 48. Well, I don't see I built a 48. But howdy, Crazy Loacher, my friend. I hope you are very well. Hope things have been going well. So if no one gets this, I'm going to do it again in like half an hour or so, as I say. So, yeah, so I'm going to use this emerald green or whatever they called it. I don't know if MiG-15's ever had this inside. I don't know. I was about to say I don't care, but you know, I do care. I do, honestly I do. But I'm not too worried if it's not completely accurate. I think it's just a nice colour. It's a very nice colour. A very odd colour to paint the inside of cockpits with, but crazy guys. Okay. Weird traffic day. Oh, that doesn't sound great. Stay safe out there, man. I know you're starting to get a load of mad tourists before long. Probably started at Easter and just doesn't stop. Mad Brits driving on the wrong side of the road and stuff like that. Bristol Bloodhound? No, it's not Bristol Bloodhound. I'll tell you that. It's not Bristol Bloodhound. Big old box for Bristol Bloodhound, apart from anything else, don't you think? Anyway, Nick will monitor all the answers and will presumably contact whoever he thinks has got it right. So I'm just got a bit of put this colour on. It's a really nice colour. Better than black, don't you think? Am I going up there to look for some water? Where is my water? Not something I'm normally looking for. Water. Oh, there it is. It's all up here all the time. Nick, remember to look at all of the answers, my friend, and check out who's getting stuff and who's doing what and who the answers are and whether or not they're working. Special hobby. So it's going to go together, and it's like, yeah, okay, that'll do. That'll do. That will do. That will do. What do you reckon, Nick? Speak to me, buddy. I've got the Bristol M1. Yeah. Interestingly weird aircraft, the M1, I think. I was just to think. Oh. Actually, I don't know how specific Nick wants you to be as well. I don't know whether he's thinking you got to name the manufacturer and the scale and all of that as well. I don't know, because it was his idea. On the oh, what was it? The Models for Heroes, on their weekly live stream, they have a thing where, you know, you get shown like a bit of a frame or a bit of a box, but a really small bit of box art, and you have to guess what it is. Sprue or false, they call it. That'd be cool. So the group build entry. So if you're talking about the oldest kit in your stash ones, let me just double check what I set it up as. Yeah, it's just oldest kit at GarySEvans.com. So my normal email is stuff@GarySEvans.com. So this is oldest kit, all one word, at GarySEvans.com. That's the email for pictures of your group build entries. Remember, we need what it is, what the scale is, and who made it, I reckon, just to make it even more fun. Because I don't know. I actually know what it is, but don't know who made it and what scale it is, although I can probably guess, because I haven't opened the packet yet. So remember what it is, what the scale is, and who made it. When someone gets it, I'll open it up and you can have a look. But Nick, you're going to have to help me out, mate, because I don't know what scale and who made it. Although I think I know, I don't certainly know. Also got another care package from Nick this week, as well as a whole load of other stuff that I wanted to build, which is a lot of Airfix stuff, actually. Actually, Chris, I've just got a walrus. Chris Tice, I've just got a walrus as well, so that's going to be cool to make. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm going to start making more Airfix kits, because they actually do very, very well on the channel. So, just something that happened over the last month, and it's a bit weird. I'm properly a bit weird. Is, you may remember last year, March of last year, I think it was, I did a video about how Airfix make plastic kits, and do you know what? It was okay. It did all right, reasonably well, but it wasn't outstandingly good viewing wise. By about I don't know, by about a month ago it had about 10,000 views altogether, and I thought, over the last month, for I don't know for what reason, just out of nowhere, it's had another 10 or 12,000 views from nowhere, literally in the last, actually in the last 2 weeks. It's just sort of woof, and I have no idea. I suddenly started getting a lot of comments coming through on my comment feed on YouTube Studio, and it's about the build, you know, how you make model kits. Well, that's really weird. Really weird. No idea where that came from. No idea why suddenly loads of people are watching it, and it's just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But hey ho. Oh, Simon, thank you. Yes, 16,000 subscribers. Actually, that really actually boosted it up. Let me tell you. It actually really kept it going, which was really nice. Really pushed it over the 16,000. I was getting like I don't know, 10, 15 a day. Then suddenly I'm getting 40, 50 a day new subscribers. It's just weird. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, suddenly out of nowhere, all of this starts coming back. That's brilliant. I hope it happens to some more of them, to be honest with you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you're learning, and I hope you're enjoying it. That's the most important thing. I hope you're enjoying making your stuff. Crazy Loacher, thank you so much, my friend. Gifting some memberships as well. Thank you. That's really kind of you. Thanks, mate. That's really good. In case you don't know what you get if you're a member of the channel, as well as the sheer pride of supporting what I do, is that you get sent the supporter special video every Saturday, and that's just like a 30 to 40 minute rant. No, it's not a rant, just a chat about what's going on with the channel, things that have been happening around, just a bit more personal things, maybe just things a bit more behind the scenes to the channel. The channel is very much a sort of user-facing thing. You have to be careful what you put in. You have to be careful what you say. But when you do a supporters one, especially as I don't have adverts, I don't have it monetized because there's not that many people watch it, and it doesn't make a difference. And also, I don't really think you should be having to watch adverts and all that for something that you're already supporting. So I don't know how many people get it now. I guess a few hundred people, a couple of hundred people now get it. I think it's sort of like I can't remember how many off the top of my head. It's a lot of people see it, but nothing like the number of people who are subscribed or anything like that. So it's still quite a little nichey sort of exclusive view of what's going on with the channel. And there's things like I talk about the longer term plans and things like that. And I ask a lot of questions. I ask for a lot of feedback there, where you get to really more sort of directly help steer how the channel's going, because sometimes I don't know, I've got some ideas of what to do and I don't know what sounds right and what sounds wrong, and getting the feedback from my supporters really helps. So, and you can be a supporter through a lot of ways, not just through the channel. You can be Buy Me a Coffee or Ko-fi, or you can be Patreon, or there's other ways that a lot of people have been really supportive of the channel in other ways. So a lot of people get sent that for other reasons, but it's just a fun thing. yeah, and it's a chance to actually be part of the growth of the channel and the development of the channel, if you see what I mean. Because yes, it is my channel, and yes, it is my YouTube account and all the rest of it, but I'm hoping you feel a bit more part of the things as well. I'm building it more as a I don't know, a bit more of a sort of a community thing in a way. Is what I'd like it to be, but one that still actually generates a bit of income, to be frank. So anyway, that's where I'm hoping we're going, and I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. Okie dokies. What colour do I need? I need to paint that black. Oh, black. Okay, I should have painted that before I started chatting about that. So now I'm going to have to get the stick out. Hey Mark, how are you doing, matey? Yeah, keep those guesses coming. Because you might guess already, but you might need to add a bit more detail. Remember, manufacturer and scale. Although Nick says only one company's made it and only in one scale, so maybe I'm not putting too strict a burden on you by insisting on that, but you know, hey ho. Joe, oh yeah, you do have to get up properly early, don't you, mate? Don't you? Thanks so much for dropping by, my friend, and I will speak to you very, very soon. Okay. Do you know what, Nick? Do you reckon we have a winner yet, mate? Because I do. I think you need to go up, check out some of those replies up there. I think we've got a winner. I don't know about you. Check it out. Huh. I think the equation might be a bit more a bit less mathematical and a bit more sort of I don't know how to say it, a bit more sort of representative rather than actually strictly a mathematical equation, because I couldn't solve it. Anyone going to the Worthing Model Show? No, I'm not, sadly. Yeah. Family stuff in the way, I'm afraid, again. So, I know you were in two minds whether to go or watch some football, by which I'm assuming you mean association football. I would always go for the model show and use a recorder. You know, there's a video recorder. I would either record it or stream it later and go to the model show. Okay, mate. Oh, 13 minutes to go. Interesting. Nice idea, Nick. In fact, at 9 o'clock, I'll actually open it at 9 o'clock. Yeah, how about that? That sounds good. Okay, so sorry, I should be doing that in front of you because that's not much of a demonstration if I paint something black whilst it's off camera. Yeah. Andy, yeah, there's normally dealers there. If that, I'm sure they'll have a website. The Worthing Model Shop bound to have a website, and they'll say what dealers are going to be there. There's bound to be. There's always dealers there. There's always really interesting things there. Tempting things, shiny things to buy. Always at these shows. It's really difficult to go there. if you're not expecting to spend money, just leave your cards and your cash at home. Because model makers, you know what we're like. You know what we're like. As soon as we see something like that, it's, oh, I haven't got one of those. Why haven't I got one of those? And then you have. Ooh, a live mystery box opening. I know, isn't it fun? You have to thank Mystery Box Nick for this treat that you are having today of a live opening of a mystery box. You'll get as much fun out of it as I do, which is fantastic. I get a lot of fun out of it. That's looking okay. I just need a bit more sanding work down there. Sorry for the noise. There we go. 172nd cell Bristol Brabazon. Oh my god, Dane, that is going to be huge. Bristol Brabazon. I remember seeing that. It's like 250 quid or something, isn't it? It's absolutely enormous and really expensive. Really expensive. I don't know if it's got glass fibre support. I know that. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Crazy Lotra. More thumbs up. Yay! More thumbs up, everyone. That'd be nice. Yeah, Bristol Brabazon. I know some of the larger kits do have like fiberglass elements to it to take the stress, because plastic just isn't strong enough. Really amazing. Yeah, it'd be even more hilarious if Gary guessed. Yes, it would be, wouldn't it, Julian? It would be. I'm confident. I'm confident. I think I know. I think I know. Model Society. Okay, cool. Yeah. I think the Antonov, that big Antonov Maria, I think that comes with loads of glass fibre supports in the structure, because polystyrene just isn't strong enough in the sort of the shapes and bulks that they can mould. So yeah, it must be. I don't know how big the Brabazon actually was. I'm going to look it up because I can, because I've got my laptop here. I don't know how big it was. Stop. Bristol 167 Brabazon. Whoa. 76 meters. Are you absolutely kidding me? So its span was 70 meters. So, you know, you're looking at very nearly a meter across at 1/72. I think the Tahi's big. I mean, that's just mad. That'd be really cool. I have to say, it would be a great kit, but no room at all for that here. Absolutely no room. That's Brabazon. Brabazon was one of those planes that I really liked when I was younger. You know, I always thought, wouldn't it have been cool if that had been built and gone into service? Why did they drop it? God, it's completely uneconomical and too slow, because it came out at a time when jets were coming out and people were, rather than thinking, I don't mind spending 15 hours crossing the Atlantic because there's only 12 of us on here and we have a cigar lounge, they wanted to hop on a Comet or a 707 or whatever and do it in 8 hours and have done with it, you know, or less. Oh, we saw the 4-engine and so it was the 124 at East Midlands Airport today. Oh, how about that? And shame the 6-engine one is no more. Yeah, it is a pity that the 225 got destroyed. Oh yeah, there's a lot of talk of whether they would actually get it back, because it was used. The 225 was used a lot for shipping massively heavy stuff around to places that are in the middle of nowhere. So rather than shipping it from somewhere to the coast onto a vessel, shipping it to the nearest port, then onto some massive ground transporter, put it on the 225 and it'll do it in like 2 or 3 hops to get there, because it used to burn fuel like nobody's business, but it would get there. That's a real pity it's not there anymore. Andy, does anyone make an Ekranoplan? I know Micromere make one of them, the really, really, really big one. There are some. If you go to ScaleMates and look up Ekranoplan, then yeah, there are some of different types and different scales. Certainly, I think. Don't know if Mini Art did one as well. Yeah, there's quite a few. There are quite a few around. If any Airfix people are prowling around, yeah, that would be cool. Hindustan Marriott, yeah, that's a nice plane actually. Interesting aircraft. Tacom, yes, Tacom definitely did. Revell as well, nice, cool. The Strand is a great kit. Yeah, don't, Nick, please, mate, don't give me a hard time, will you? There's some proper outer rigging in that. Yeah. Oh, Mikey, a lot of people talk about the 80th anniversary of D-Day, yes, but it's also the 110th anniversary of the start of World War. Yes, it is indeed. It is indeed. So a little bit of a diversion in the last 4 minutes until we open up the box is I can show you my finished Typhoon from the club kit this year. I'm doing this thing. I'm doing Sprue Box next week with, or recording Sprue Box next week with Dale and Dale Luckhurst from Ethics, and Moz will be there. A lot of you know Moz. He'll be there, and Stuart from Ethics Model World magazine, that a lot of you also will know of. And the 4 of us are just going to be chatting about things to do with D-Day. And they sent me an email and said it'd be really nice if you've got any projects that you're doing about D-Day you can share pictures of. And I thought, yeah, well, really, really, really don't think that you want me to show the ICM Marauder. So I best get on and do your kits from the club. So I did the Spitfire. A lot of you will have, put it away, a lot of you will have seen the Spitfire build already. And then this is the Typhoon, the Tiffy. So the stripes are all painted on. They're not. I haven't used the decals. And what I've done is every now and again I've just put some sort of extra little streaks of white on to make it look a little bit more painted, which is fun. I've used some oils for some things around like that for the engines, and for some sort of streaking from the aileron joints and around the gun covers, the magazine covers. I've used a silver aqua pencil to do a tiny little bit of like wear and tear on the paint. Other than that, do you know what? I'm really happy with it. Actually really happy with it. So there we go. And I sent them to the new PR person there, Rebecca, and because she said, if you can send some pictures, that'd be really cool. And I said, okay. So I sent some pictures in of this and the Spitfire as well, and the 2 of them with the box and all that. And she said, hey, can I use these on social media and all that? Well, yeah, of course. If you really want to use them on social media, you go ahead. Knock yourself out. And so that's cool. Very happy with the pilot. Actually, I'm really happy about everything on this. I used the CT scale models masks on this, which were very good. Really worked well. Yeah, I'm generally quite happy. I do actually have now another Typhoon 1B, but I have an engine for it, so I can take off these engine covers completely, put an engine in, and then connect up the prop to the front of that. And it comes with the engine covers as resin as well. And I've got a new seat and gun sight mounting. So it'll be an open cockpit one, because the seat's really nice, so I might as well show it off. And there we go. So I'll be doing that as another D-Day one, although I may do some fun things with that, but I'll think about that another time. Okay, hey, so it's 9 o'clock. I promised you I'd open this mystery box now, and I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it now. I am. Oh, here it is. Here it is. One last time. Trente deux, open brackets, A over Cambridge, M over Oxford, A over Westminster, close brackets, equals Bristol in France. Bobby G. Oh, you've ordered some CT. Excellent. He's actually, I've just got the Liberator set from him as well, and I know he's working on a few more that will be coming out very, very soon. Okay. Trying to be as careful as I can. Did I mention I had a don't know if you can see that? Yes, Mauser. Yes, got given this at a show once years and years ago when I was in the camera trade. We did a show that was all about dodgy stuff, covert and operational procurement. It was called COPEX, and as well as us, I was at Nikon. They had all sorts of things like gun manufacturers and things like that, and Mauser were giving out these really nice pen knives. I've had it ever since like 1986 or something. So, what do we have? What do you reckon? Ooh-hoo! Ooh-hoo! I have been wanting one of these since I was very young. Like, first time round. It is the Bristol Mark 32 Super Freighter in 1/72 scale from FX. So, what an amazing thing. This is an end opening box. FX hadn't learnt their lesson by then. So, Mark 32, 32. Also, I believe it could carry 32 people on board if it didn't have anything else on board. So, see if I can get the instructions out. Oh, there we go. What a beast. Two very stern looking pilots, I have to say. So there we go. Yeah, that's quite a size of kit, isn't it? That's quite a beastie. There we go. Oh, with the original decals as well. They're going to be fun. Sabina and Air Transport, a company of air transport. Don't know who that is, but yeah, they could be challenging. Maybe, I don't know if I might try and find some more decals or whether I have a go with those. I don't know yet. I have to get this yellowing off, so I have to put them up in the window for a little bit. But Sabina might be quite cool. Let's put them on. Excellent. And yeah, Bristol 170. So the other stuff in the equation, the was it the A? See, I reckoned the A over Cambridge, the Austin Cambridge. Do you reckon Austin Cambridge? M over Oxford, Morris Oxford, and the A over Westminster, Austin Westminster. They could carry those. They could carry those. And Bristol in France. We used to use them for the cross-channel hops. In fact, a mate of mine from school, his parents took him on one drove the car on, and they flew over to France. Oh, it's like the aviation version of the Le Shuttle in the Channel Tunnel. So, wow, Nick, my goodness, thank you so very, very much. And Nick, you, my friend, have to nominate your winner. So, well done. Well done, everyone. Thank you all for guessing. I like doing that. That was fun. I really enjoyed doing that. So, that's something I've got to build now. He said, with gay abandon, as it were. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to build that, actually. As I say, I never got to make that when I was younger, and that's going to be a fun thing to build. It really is. Nick, thank you so very, very much, mate. That is properly good. That's properly nice. Okay, right. So we've only been an hour in. That's fantastic. Cheers. Right. So I can get on with my MiG-15 now. My funny old MiG-15. That should be a regular on the live stream. Well, you know what? We'll look into that. I'm not like maybe once a month, not every live stream, but maybe that could be like, or alternate them now and again or something like that. I'm going to make a lot of these because, you know, I can't give away kits all the time from people, but yeah, it could be fun to do that sort of thing. Yeah. It's largely in the hands of Nick, of course, because he was the wonderful person that did it. Okay, so I'm going to put the seat in that fits under there, hooks onto there, and fits under there, doesn't it? It fits under that, on top of that. There we go. As I say, if you check out Models for Heroes, they have a stream at the weekend. Yeah, one a month, Bobby, I think is maybe not unrealistic. Kevin, thank you for joining in, and come back again real soon, man. I'm glad you came here. As I say, Models for Heroes have a thing, and they have this thing called Sprue or False, where you have to guess what kits are from like a minimal amount of detail, and it can be quite tricky, either from like the box art or from box art or from bits of the frames and all that. Nick, you've got to nominate who you think got it right, my friend. You're the one giving out the prize, so you're the one who's going to have to say who got it. Sorry, but them's the rules, dude. Who's it? Oh, yeah, maybe not Julian. Maybe I'll just get a new set of decals if those ones fall apart too much, or they're too yellow and I can't use them. That sounds like a lot of work. Okay, there we go. So, okay. Inlet. It's fun though, isn't it? It's fun to do things like that. There we go. Yeah. What else is happening? What else is... Actually, I did meet some guys at Telford who do replacement airline decals for various kits and all that. And I was talking to them about the Rotodyne, because I've done my Rotodyne, as you know. I'm doing it rather in RAF Middle East colours, but I've also got the Revell one, thanks to Nick, up there that I need to do, but I wanted to do them as BEA colours, and they said, well, just tell us how big you want things, and you know, that'd be that. Actually, a Middle East Command Bristol Super Freighter, what the thing the RAF actually rejected as a transport aircraft, and yeah, actually that's a really cool idea. So I've got some vehicles, I can have the Jeep driving out of it or something. Model Works, there's some older models. So you saw the big hovercraft there last week. All right, the SRN4, the really big one from Airfix. That's interesting. I saw the tool of that in Margate at Airfix headquarters a couple of years ago, or a year and a half ago. And I said at the time, you know what, Dale, you need to reissue this, mate, because you'll sell the SRN4, easy peasy. You'll sell loads of them. Yeah. Well, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. Da 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 da. And then it was sat next to the Rotodyne tooling and the SRN1 tooling, both of which they've brought back. So I'm really hoping, I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that they are actually going to bring back the SRN4, because that's another kit I didn't make when I was younger, and I wish I had, but I didn't. Okay, that's all gone together. Okay, just get some glue. Yeah, Andy, you see, the thing is, at the moment, things like the SRN4 are really expensive because they're really rare. But if they, remold them, the prices are going to come tumbling, because they'll have a target price that's going to be way less than what people are selling them for. So yeah. Bobby G, D-Day Duxford show, 49 quid a ticket. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Dane, good night, my friend. Lovely to have you along. Thank you so much for all you do. Crazy Locha, trailer swap time. Okay, so you swap your trailers, but you do please be careful what you're up to. And I know the laws are different over there, and you can do all sorts of different things we can't do here with mobile phones and driving and stuff. But do take care, mate, won't you? Yeah, I haven't been to a decent air show for a long time. Probably won't be going to one for a long time either, to be honest. I don't know when I'll next go to a proper air show, but I used to really love them. I used to go a lot with my dad. Like before I could drive, obviously he had to take me up to a lot of them. But then he liked them anyway, because it's aeroplanes and he loves aeroplanes. So cool. Yes, there we go. Yeah. For a Tank Day VIP ticket. Yeah, but you know what? Each of us has our things that we will spend money on. When I've got the cash, which who knows when that will be, and when I've lost some weight, and to be honest, quite a lot now, because it has been piling on a bit recently, for one reason or another. But when I've lost the weight, and when I have the wherewithal, I'm quite happy to hand over 4 or 5 grand to flying a Spitfire for an hour or half an hour or 40 minutes or whatever. I'm really happy to do that, and I will do that. I just need to lose 2 or 3 stone before I can do that. Interestingly, I think the Spitfire is the Spitfire limit is 17 stone, whatever that is in new money, I don't know. The Hurricane, the 2-seat Hurricane that's available, the limit is 15 stone, and you're right in the middle. So it's kind of interesting that the Hurricane, if you like, can't uplift, hasn't got as much spare uplift capacity as a Spitfire does. And I always thought the Spitfire would be a lot more touchy about things like that, but there we go. Bobby, you've not been to Riet for a long time. I haven't been to Riet since 82 or 83 or something like that. I mean, it's a really long time since I've been to. Well, when I used to go, it was the International Air Tattoo. It wasn't the Royal anything. It was the International Air Tattoo, and Oh, it's brilliant. I mean, you saw some amazing stuff there. But yeah, it used to be at Greenham Common at the time. Is it Fairford or something like that? Maybe now. Julian used to go to St Athan. Yeah, I did cadet camp at St Athan, and very good it was too. Really enjoyed it there. It was, with the heavy maintenance stuff, really cool. Mikey, haven't been to a proper air show since yeah, so it is a long time. I wasn't in the air cadets at the time. I was a little bit older, but not that much older. The museum at Cosford is fantastic, and I'll tell you something, mate. You're at Cosford, right? And you're wandering around, and you see the prone meteor Mark 8 with the prone position at the front end. Really weird thing. You can say to your dear wife, you know that bloke Gary who turns up on the Discord every now and again? Yeah, him. His dad flew in the front end of that. And she'll go, wow, that's amazing, Mikey. Or she'll just go, what? Who? Really? Oh, nice. I don't know how involved she is with aeroplanes. But there you go. Old man flew in that as human ballast. Many years ago. Many years ago. A central gravity issue. Possibly so. But you know what? The Spitfire, to me it seems like the passenger in a Spitfire is further away from the centre of mass than they are in the Hurricane, because you're in the Hurricane, you're directly behind the pilot, and in the Spitfire you're a little way set back. In some of them you actually got almost a complete canopy, you're that far back. So I don't know if it's that. I think I don't know what it is. I actually don't know what it is, but it just seemed odd. I just think it's also a limit of maybe a landing weight limit or a takeoff weight. I don't know what it is, but it's just really weird. Just really weird. Went to Ducks over Duxford. Oh right, excellent. I mean, I do like these big shows. They're good fun. And Duxford's great because you've got, as well as the air show, you've got a stunningly good museum there as well, which is really fantastic. Oh, that's nice. That cleans up nicely. Do you know what? Yeah, Nigel. Yeah. I was always sad I couldn't organise that for my dad. Actually, over the years, I mean, some years ago. Oh, it's a long time ago, maybe 30 years ago or something. Someone did bring a big flying boat over to the UK, and they were doing joyrides, and I couldn't get a ticket for him because he's always wanted to fly in a big flying boat. He has been up in a sea otter and a walrus, but he always wanted to go in one of the really big ones. When he was sent out to Malta to join his carrier in 1949, they flew him to Malta to can't remember, Lucca. They flew him in some transport plane to Lucca, rather than, he was hoping he was going to land in the Grand Harbour in some massive flying boat, but he never did, and he never got to go in a flying boat. And I always thought, I'd really try and do that for him one day, but never really had the chance since then, which is a real pity. He would have loved that. He loved flying boats. Of course, back in the days of Croydon, they used to discreetly weigh passengers because the old, before the handy page 42s even, they were so tight on weight that, you weigh the passenger and their baggage, and they might either not be going or not taking their baggage on a flight if they weren't the right weight, And there was like a discrete area for weighing ladies, obviously. Probably one or two arguments as well. How dare you say I don't weigh anything of the sort? I do my exercises every day. How very dare you, sir? Yeah. Yeah, I did go to. Actually, no. Duxford was the last show I went to. I was going to take Dad, but he was ill, so I took a mate of mine instead. I took my mate Neil when we went up to Duxford. It was a really good day. A really good day. Excellent show. It was. Yeah. Huh. Nigel. Well, that's a range of aviation, a Dragon Repeater or Concorde. Wow. Never got to fly in Concorde. Never. Sadly. Almost, but not quite. Flew in one. But for a terrible miscalculation on my part, we could have flown on a Concorde. Sat in them, but never actually flown in them. Mikey, the only historic plane you'd weight check for is a Herky bird. You sure you would, mate? You know, there are limits. Even for a 130, there are limits, mate. You know, shave half your beard off. That way, stop you weighing down a bit. You know, I'm only kidding, mate. Oh, no, 1414 Squadron. Signing off. Thanks for joining us. Lovely to see you again. Hope you join us again soon. Yeah, it's always parking as well, isn't it? It's always, these things of like, oh, it's going to cost you this, but then you're going to add this. Airfields, generally speaking, are in the middle of bleeding nowhere. Of course, you're going to have to park. Most people are going to have to park anyway, unless you're going to get a bus from the local station and all that. But, yeah, they charge you parking. That's a bit much. I suppose it's per vehicle, and you can get a lot of people into vehicles. One thing that was nice, we went to Shuttleworth a couple of times, Dad and I, and they had a thing once a year. You could, as a veteran, so I got it off my dad's thing, you could go there and get free entry once a year. You could fill in a form online, they would give you free entry. So I thought it was really a nice thing for them to do. That was really decent of them. Good people, the Shuttleworth collection, actually, for a lot of reasons. They were really good. I was going to scan the pictures, and then B, trying to figure out how to show you the pictures of some of the things I got from my dad's album, because some of it's really funny. His album from, largely from the cruise out to the Far East and Korea and all that, including a sea fire losing its tail. Literally having the tail ripped off by the arrestor wires. So what's the filler I'm using? Look, you should know, Nick, because you bleeding sent it to me, mate. The filler I am using is Mr. Hobby, Mr. Dissolved Putty. So I guess it's a bit like sprue goo that people seem to make, but it's this dissolved polystyrene putty, and it goes on as a liquid, as you can see, and it sort of sits there and settles in, but it actually really bonds into the plastic, and it's really easy to sand down afterwards, and it's really, really, really good. It's excellent to use. Pretty sure you sent it in one of your support packages, actually, Nick, and it works really well. I've used it a few times when you haven't got much of either it's like it's bonded together, but there's a tiny little step, and you just want to put something in just to sort of add a little bit so you can file it down without going too hard on the high side, or it's a really small gap between them, and just sort of like capillaries into the gap, and then bonds with the plastic because you can smell it. It's like glue. And it's really, really good for small things, for small gaps or small differences in height. It's really excellent. You have to leave it alone. I won't be touching that again tonight to sand it or anything. Best to leave it overnight, but then when it sets, it's really good, and you can sand it down. It is essentially polystyrene, so you can sand it down, and it's superb. Really good, really good stuff, mate. I suppose I better figure out what else I can do while I've got that on. Nigel, you've got a lot of connections with aviation, mate. If the first Pan Am Boeing 747, oh my goodness, excellent. Well, fantastic stuff. And Julian, oh, you sat in the SOP with Camel when you were 6. How about that? Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Cosford's a lovely museum. They've got some really nice stuff up there. A lot of the sort of weird experimental stuff. They've got a TSR2, of course, which I like. Yeah, job done. That's just the best thing ever. One of the best things ever, I should say. That's just such a lovely plane, the TSR2, and you can walk actually really quite close. So I'm surprised how close you can get to all of this stuff. They hardly sort of rope you off at all about a lot of this stuff now. It's really good to look at if you sort of see people worry about panel lines and rivets and stuff like that. You look at it and you think, oh my good God, it's such a mess. It's so grubby and messy. You see every little panel's creaky and every little bit. It could be like post-flight. In the meantime, this is what's happened to it because it hasn't been looked after properly. Or it could just be, well, that's what happens if you leave it alone for years. I don't know what it is, but it looks really rough, I have to say. But what a lovely plane. What a lovely aeroplane. B. Beaumont used to love it. He always used to say his second favourite plane in the world, other than the Lightning. The Lightning was always his favourite plane that he ever flew. Do you know the other thing I found out the other day? I didn't actually know this before. Don't know why I didn't know this. But I was reading about British planes going through the sound barrier and the de Havilland Swallow and things like that. All happening after Chuck Yeager obviously broke the sound barrier in 1947. But Beaumont was sent over to America to Edwards. I don't know if it'd be called Edwards then. Edwards Air Force Base. I guess so. He was sent over there to try out a few things. He got to fly the Starfighter before Chuck Yeager did, which Chuck Yeager wasn't very happy about. But they gave him quite early on, they sent him over there and gave him an F-86 Sabre to play with, and he went supersonic with it in a shallow dive, or a shallow-ish dive. And apparently he was the 4th person to fly supersonically. Really? And I guess Yeager probably did most of the early supersonic flying, and pretty soon the F-86 or XF-86 or XF-86 was available, and B flew it ahead of a lot of other American test pilots. And yeah, he apparently, I read, he was the 4th person ever to go supersonic in an aircraft, which is amazing. I mean, he didn't do it in a British aircraft for ages. No one did. But yeah. Oh, sorry. Bobby G. Yeah. RC car raffle on YouTube. Do you know what? my stepson Joe actually has been on at me about raffling, and that's the company he suggested was good to do. And also, I think you are watching the same YouTube videos as him. It's a guy who has these radio controlled cars, but he sort of soups them up. So, oh no, I put this brand new different engine in, I put these in big wheels on, it's now worth like $5,000 or something. It's really quite dynamic. Yeah, he does a lot of stuff on raffle. Joe has, my stepson, he's sold some stuff on there as well. So that's probably where I'm going to do. I do need to do a bit of work. The issue is that raffles in America are deemed to be gambling unless you are very careful about the wording. So that's the sort of thing I need to do, is to get all that. But apparently the guys at raffle are very, very helpful with that. So I thought, yes, I'll raffle the Tahi, what, £1 a ticket or something like that, and see how we go. Just see how we go. Mikey. Your granddad was the first member of the public to drive on the M6. Oh my goodness. Funny. Mikey. Oh my goodness, what a lad. He sounds like quite a character, actually, your granddad. He's like, you're not really actually supposed to be driving on the road because it ain't been finished, but yeah, do you know what, it's going to get us quicker than blow it. In those days you could get away with that sort of thing. You know, these days with the amount of traffic there's around, I don't think you'd get away with it. But what fun, what a great thing. I love that, love it. Jacqueline Cochran, first woman to fly ships. I actually, to my shame, I couldn't tell you. Someone could probably look that up on Wikipedia or somewhere. Name rings a vague bell, but I don't know for certain. Keep hold of this for a little while. I do have a lot of stuff here. Stuff that's going to be sold, stuff that, you know, I think I could run a raffle on that. Stuff that will go to Models for Heroes. There's all sorts of stuff here from places. I'm becoming a little bit overwhelmed actually with stuff like, especially from ICM. But you know, I'm not going to ask them to don't send me anything ever again, because they do make some really interesting things, and I'll do reviews on all of it. It's just I don't necessarily build all of it. Once I've done a review on it, I might as well get a shot of it somewhere. Someone else can enjoy it and build it, and that'll be that. MiG-15, what a lovely aeroplane it was. Nice design. You know, one of those things that every now and again the Soviets, as it were, Mikoyan and Gurlievich, actually got some things absolutely right, and the MiG-15 was definitely one of them. A lovely plane, lovely aeroplane. Simon, the only time I've been to Kosovo in '79. Well, that's very interesting, Simon. I think I went to Kosovo in '77 for summer camp. It's only a couple of years before you, but we were actually at Cosford for the camp, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't. You're right. I don't think it was actually a. I don't think it was a museum when I went there. It was a storage. I don't think it was. Lovely to see the stuff though. But I wish at the time I'd known more about it and been more excited by some of the stuff, like the prone meter. I wish I'd known my dad had flown in the blasted thing, and I could have said to her, "Oh, do you mind if I have a nose in that?" Because now they won't let you in there because of reasons, not least of which they don't like you getting inside anything that's from that age because of the apparently the nuclear stuff in the air. I don't know, there's all sorts of stuff they come up with. But yeah, I wish I'd known more about what Dad had been up to with it. But the museum, well, the collection at the time was just phenomenal, really nice. Bobby G, if you want to send kits to Models for Heroes, do send them direct to them. You can, or you can drop them off at shows. I'm sure that you can do that. Mikey, I don't know if you know any different than that, but as far as I'm aware, they're very happy to take anything you want to give them at the shows, or you can send them directly to them, to Malcolm at Reading. If you go to the Models for Heroes website and have a nose, there'll be either the information will be there, or there'll be a contact number for Malcolm or something like that, and they'll be there for it and be able to tell you the information and say, you know, this is the way we would like you to do it. I'm sure you can. I've sent them stuff in the post. There's a boxed up some stuff and sent it to them, and yeah, it was fine, absolutely fine. It's the address in Reading it goes to. But check out on their website, and if you're not sure about anything, just give them a bell, and Malcolm would be absolutely happy to help out. I'm sure he was. Oh my good God. Jaws, what was the big reveal? It was the Bristol 170 freighter in 1/72 scale from Airfix. Bristol Mark 32 super freighter, to be absolutely precise. There we go, this one, Bristol Mark 32 super freighter. So 32 32, also the number of people that could be in it without cars, and the three things in the brackets were all about the Austin, Cambridge and Westminster, and the Morris Oxford. And Bristol in France is because they used to fly to France across the Channel, which is really nice. Andy, hoping to drop some stuff off at Worthing this weekend. That is very kind of you, mate. I know they, well, I have heard, again, Mikey may know differently, but I have heard that they're not exactly short of kits, but they're short of maybe a variety of different types of kit. But so they're really happy to get anything that's sent to them, and it is an amazing charity, amazing charity. That's true, Nick, if you're still there, you didn't announce who won the competition. I think I know who won, but you have to say who won the competition, dude. Go back through the chat and say who you think won. I'm happy to email you and say who I think, or text you and say who I think won. But I think you need to do that, mate. You know, I think you should. Remember, first person to say scale, manufacturer, and what it was. I think I know who it was, but I think you need to VAR that and let us know. Jules working on the Hasegawa Blue Angels Grumman and F11 Tiger nicely. Incidentally, Jules, DBMK, DB Model Kits, the people who are making the 148 Scimitar, 132nd Sea Fury, amongst many things, they are doing a Grumman F11 F Tiger in 148th, in the not too distant future. Nick, it was Bearded Vetch. I thought it was Mikey as well. I thought so too. So, Mikey, well done, mate, for getting all three bits right. The type, manufacturer, and the scale. Nick, we'll be in touch about a little gift for you, which is very kind of you. Nick, thank you so much for doing this, mate. I think it's been Great fun, and a lovely little different things. That's really cool. Bobby G, if you get applaud, bearded veteran, yes, applause. Well done, very kind of you. Well done, Mikey. Even take tools and equipment as long as it's in good order. Yes, actually, Mikey, I've got some airbrushes I need to put in the box. I've got a box of stuff. I keep saying to dear Malcolm, look, I'll come down, I'll do a bit of volunteering for the day, and then we'll do an interview for the channel. And I haven't managed to organise the time. Obviously, one reason or another, recently things have been a little bit in the way. Oh, thanks, Nick. I will pass it on to Mikey and put you guys in touch. Yeah. God, what's this one? Yes, airbrushes. So I said to her, yeah, I definitely will be down soon, mate. But other things get in the way, and so I promise you, I've got a huge box of things to take down, including a lot of the airbrushes I've been sent to try recently. Some have been used once, some of them actually haven't been used at all. And if it helps out, it helps out, you know. So there we go. I've seen certain YouTubers whinge on about the model they're building for 2 hours and not stuck 2 bits together. Yeah, well, I've done that so many times, Nigel. So many times. I know the fear. I know. But there we go. Yes, I will put you guys in touch with each other. As soon as we've finished this little soiree, this little chatter on here. Oh, yes, you have. Oh, you're a good lad, Nick. Yeah, we'll do it again. We will do it again. Yeah, once a month, every other month, whenever. You know, I'll leave it to you because you know it's your generosity that makes this happen. So, yeah, I will. I'll get you to Mikey. Off the top of my head, I don't know if I've got your email. Why don't you email me at stuff@GarySEvans.com, my normal email address. Email me. That will give me your email. I can put you in touch with Nick. Job's done. Yeah, that'd be good. That's really fun. I really enjoyed that, actually. Nick can be quite clever with those old cryptic clues, I have to say. Very, very clever with those cryptic clues, which is really fun. It just adds to the joy of the evening, I feel. Hope you feel the same, obviously. Okay. There we go. Yeah. I know. I do get distracted with this. I know it's MiG 2. No, it's not a MiG 2. MiG frame number 2. If you're not having any other MiGs, perhaps. I do get distracted. I get easily distracted. But you know, it's just me when I'm doing stuff. I like chatting so much. Just like chatting about doing this, and it's just really nice. It's a yeah, don't want to be all sort of hippie about this, but it's a nice vibe on the channel at the moment, and I'm really enjoying that. You'll know the problems I've been looking at over the last month or so, and it really brings home how much model making helps me, and it brings back to what I've said so many times about the wonderful work that Models for Heroes do, because there's people dealing with a lot worse shit than I have to deal with. Excuse the language, please don't please don't demonetize me for saying that, but there's people who have to deal with a lot of stuff, a lot worse than I have in the last month, who find model making really helpful, very therapeutic, very calming, and also giving them a sense of pride in something that maybe they're not proud of what they've had to do and what actions they've had to do and whatever, but this sort of creation and gives them a sense of pride in something. It's also a great diversion activity. It diverts your brain away from constant stress. And I'm finding that over the last month, I've not had a lot of time for the channel, as you'd have noticed. But when I have been doing stuff, it's been enormously helpful. And it really sort of rams home what the whole ethos of Models for Heroes is. So I will be going down to see Malcolm. I will be helping out for a day. I will get an interview with him so he can talk a bit more about it. But it's wonderful. It's wonderful. And if you do have anything, if you do have a little bit of cash, or you do have a kit that you think, oh, I'm never going to make that, or you do have some flying hours hanging around that you're not going to use, do think about the possibility of handing them over to Models for Heroes, because the work they do is absolutely amazing. It really does touch a lot of people and in such a good way. So anyway, that's just me. It's a great addition to live stream. I thought so too, Stuart. I really liked it. And Nick is an incredibly generous guy, and it's absolutely fantastic. What do you think to new 1/35th scale? I don't know. I don't know about. I don't know how many other people are going to pick up on the 1/35th. It just makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways, and I think a lot of people will be a lot of people will probably be looking at 1/32 and think, is that the right size? I don't know. And a lot of people will be thinking about the integration of the two. You know, I've said to ICM, if you're going to do a, say, a 1/48th life standard, and do one in 1/35th as well, but then have some some SOE figures or resistance figures or something like that to go with it, because then you can integrate all sorts of other things as well. Do you know what? I think it's probably going to go that way, I suspect. But yeah, there we go. I don't know. Do you think FX will release the Rocket or the Shannon kit? I don't know for certain. I think my feeling is they'll release the Shannon mid-June, only because I've been invited to an event at RNLI Training Centre with Airfix in mid-June, I think the 19th. So I'm guessing sometime around then is when they're going to release the Shannon. It would make sense. But I don't know when the Wokka's coming out. I thought the Wokka was going to be towards the end of this month, to be honest. I thought that. I don't know for sure. I don't know, maybe there could be something I could find out next week and say, guys, come on, when is this thing going to come? Remember also, they're going to plan when things are going to be delivered, but because they're made in India, almost India, Korea and whatever, they've got to be shipped over. And a lot of the time, their shipping, their plans get messed up by the shipping because, for example, at the moment they don't go through, most of the container shipping don't go through the Red Sea because of the Houthi issue, trying to sink them. So they all go around Cape of Good Hope, which adds loads of time. So, you think, right, we're going to launch these on this date, then suddenly, well, we kind of can't because we haven't got any stock. So we have to put it back a few weeks for the stock to arrive. And there's things like that going on. But I think the Shannon, as far as I'm aware, is due mid-June. Now, whether they might ship over air freight over a pallet or two of them to get them out, I don't know. But the other thing, I remember Dale saying, the other thing was that until the last minute, he doesn't know if the container ship's sort of steaming up the English Channel on its way. He doesn't know. Sometimes, instead of turning left into Tilbury or Harwich, they'll turn right towards Friedrichshafen or Hamburg or something, and they still don't see it for another couple of weeks. It's really, really awful. It's really difficult. Who knows? Who knows? Yes, they're still on the boat, Dave. I think they definitely are. Yeah, Simon, yeah, they both say expected spring. Well, they can expect them as much as they like. If they can't actually get them over here from India or Korea, largely India, then they can expect anything they like. England expects and all that, but it's not going to happen, you know. Yeah, yeah. Distributes the Shannon to RNLI stations on release. Yes, I suspect they will, Andy, and I know that is it 90 pence from every single one they sell. At least, I should say, they say at least. These are their words, not mine. At least 90 pence from every kit sold will go to the RNLI from the Shannon, and from the 7 that they've just re-released, it's £1.60 minimum from every kit sold goes to the RNLI. It was done partly out of a sense of, you know, we really should support these people for what they do, but also because they kind of treated it as a license fee, essentially, because remember, the RNLI actually designed these things, design and manufacture them themselves. They own the intellectual property in these things, these lifeboats, and so it's good that they're paying back that way, and it's great. I mean, if you know, you sell, you know, I don't know if they sell 10,000. I don't know if they will, but if they sell 10,000 Shannons, you know, that's £9 minimum going to the RNLI just off of that. I think it's brilliant. But obviously, if you combine them through the RNLI station as well, they'll get an extra little bit of money on top of that, and that would be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It's actually looking alright. It's actually not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. There we go. Oh yeah, Nigel, you got it. And yes, it's £1. I thought it was £1.60. You know, it's a good thing to do, because you know, these guys actually just entirely rely on donations. It's as bizarre as it sounds. I don't think the government give them a penny, and considering the work they do, it's just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane that they don't. But they don't. It's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, as they said. Now that's going to annoy me now. Who saying that's just the way it is? Early 80s? I can't remember. I can't remember who's saying it. Help me out, guys. Not that it's going to go into Monday Matters, but I really, really need to know now who's saying that's just the way it is. Borders kits, yeah. Haven't made it. I don't think I've actually. Bruce Hornsby. Thank you, Bobby. I knew someone would know. You know the song I mean. You know the song I mean. It's a good one. It's a cracker. Before we start going off on music like we did last time. One thing I noticed the new starter kits is no outside frame. Really? I haven't noticed that. I haven't actually, although to be honest, I haven't actually seen the frames from any of the new starter kits, like the Mustang or the BF109 or anything. That seems weird, because the one thing that used to really make a difference was having the propeller inside and out an external frame, because otherwise propellers get bent, like on the Rotodyne and things like that. Although, to be fair, Airfix did supply them pretty quickly. Bruce Hornsby and the range. There you go, even more accurate, from 1986. I thought it was a little earlier than that. My wife and I have this, We play this game. If you, you must. Some of you must watch or listen to Ken Bruce on Greatest Hits Radio, where he now does Popmaster. And the favourite thing, almost a favourite thing of mine, is guessing the years. So, we'll be sitting downstairs having something to eat. The radio would be on, and something would come on, and I'll go 1987, and we'll Shazam it, and it'll be 1988 or 1986, to the point of Maria buying me a 1 year out t-shirt, because I am really good at being 1 year out on things. Absolutely annoying, but there we go. Even stuff I really ought to know, stuff like from Status Quo or something. Although I did get something, Electric Light Orchestra, I did get something right today. It was from the Discovery album in 1979. I did get that right. I was kind of really happy about that. So little things please me. Little victories. Little victories. But most of the time I'm 1 year out, I have to say. Mikey, the only radio I listen to is Kerrang. Yeah. You dude. Yeah. Well, beard like that, I'm not surprised. I would have thought a bit more like ZZ Top than anything else. Dude. Great stuff. Great stuff. Andy, you knew getting old when they played the Sex Pistols on Radio 2. Yeah, I know. I remember the days. I remember those days. I was there in the 70s listening to this stuff. Absolutely amazing. Oh, happy days in so many ways. Happy days. But you know what? Our little MiG-15 is getting there. I've left the. Obviously, haven't done the sanding of this seam because it's got to really set up properly. And once that's sanded down, I'll finish off the paint here. Mask off the ridiculous canopy. That's a very strange shape. That's really chunky dude canopy. So I'll get that masked off, and then I can finish the rest. Black all over, then aluminium all over. Make it look nice. Put the wheels on. I'll put tanks on as well. And yeah, that's going to look cool. But it's pretty nice actually. I'm really I love these little kits. Love these little kits. What is it? 3 minutes to 10. So I'm not going to finish it on this live stream. I never do. As Nick quite rightly says, I never finish a kit on a live stream. But we're almost there this time. Oh, Moz did something on the new start and didn't like. Yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, with the new starters, you kind of think they kind of almost get stuff right sometimes. Ethics, they're funny lot, an odd lot. Sometimes what they do is brilliant, and sometimes it's like, oh, really, dude, crazy. Crazy Locha, do take care out there. Thank you so much for dropping by. Really, really great of you to drop by. Yeah, ethics. Sometimes they do things like the concept of new starters. They're beautiful kits, really well designed, and then they do stuff like the frames look rubbish, and it's like, really, why would you do that? Why would you have the frames designed like that, where bits can get damaged and broken in the box? I don't know. It's like shoot themselves in the foot sometimes, really well. Yeah, oh. Simon, thank you so much for dropping by, my friend. Great to see you as usual. I will be starting the Matchbox Walker very, very soon, I promise you. I really want to get that done before Airfix release the new one. Excellent. Yeah, Mikey, Kerrang and Classic FM. Very good. Very, very good. I'm with you. I'm happy listening to both and either, and a lot in between. You should listen to Richard Strauss. That's my recommendation. You like Kerrang and you like classic FM. Richard Strauss, The Alpine Symphony by Richard Strauss. Absolutely outstandingly fun. Just gloriously bonkers. But beautiful, beautiful music as well, which is really nice. It's one of my favourite things. Andy, anyone interested in the new quick build Sherman and Tiger? Do you know what? I really want to have a crack up those. I might see what's going on at Airfix when I go down there next week and see if I might be able to nab them. I think they look amazing, mainly because the tracks work. You know, it's a click together kit and the tracks work. I think that's brilliant. I think they're going to look fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Will, Maple Leafs playing tonight. Who are they playing, dude? Who are they playing? I haven't watched a live game of hockey for a long time. Long old time. But I love ice hockey. Just love ice hockey, I have to say. Although I am a Edmonton Oilers fan, because the Canadian branch of our family live in and around Edmonton. And I've been an Oilers fan since the days of the one and only Wayne Gretzky. But yeah, brilliant. Mikey, oh, you got okay. Okay, I will check that out, mate. The music, because I love different types of music, really do. Excellent. Yeah, I like the idea of the new Sherman and Tiger because of the working tracks. I think that's a great thing, you know, because it's aimed at people who haven't really made stuff before and maybe haven't made models really before, and you know, to be able to see how the tracks work and stuff. Absolutely brilliant, absolutely amazing. I think they did a really nice job on that. Well, I hope they did. I haven't actually built one, obviously, but I'll see if I can grab one when I'm down there. See if I can ask very, very nicely and see if they'll let me have a go at one. Yeah. Okay. Well, my friends, I'm, as I say, 2 wing tanks short of a MiG-15. But you've already known that. It's gone 10. Yeah, I'm happy enough to chat away for a little while. But not for very much longer because, oh, excuse me, I do actually have to try and sleep. And tomorrow's a big and really challenging day. So I do need to sort of get myself sorted out for that. Yeah, not going to be a great day tomorrow, but you know, that's the way life is sometimes. I've got some stuff to do. So I will probably have to sign off in a minute. I'm going to leave you on the knife edge of completion. I don't want to finish. Do I? Of course I want to finish kits. Goodness, I want to finish. Of course I do. I listen to Nick. I don't need people saying, "Oh, you never finish a kit." I'm going to keep going till I do. I'm going to be 5 minutes. I'm not going to see that because that's going underneath that. Yeah, that's actually looking all right. Do the same for this one. Good night, Nick. Mate, thank you so very, very much for your input today. I will put you in touch with Mikey and you can sort out something with him That's absolutely brilliant of you, mate. That is so good of you. Really nice. Jules, good to see you, my friend. Always good to see you. Really, seriously. All right, Nick. It's not painted, so yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't need this from you. Come on, dude. Hi, Gabe. Brad's model making, dude. Literally just this minute. In a minute, I will. When I finish this, it will go onto a stream that you can pick up and watch. So you know, I'm really sorry, but thanks for saying hi anyway. James, thank you so much for that, my friend. That's kind of what I hope the whole thing is to me. The whole trip of model making is something that diverts us from our daily woes and gives us something that we can be proud of and something we can enjoy doing. And if I can help you doing that, mate, fantastic. I'm really happy. So good night. Thanks a lot, Bobby. Thanks, and Bobby, thanks for that note you sent in the week. Really meant a lot, mate. Really meant a lot. Thank you so very much. You're a good lad. Thanks. Yeah, Mike, Nigel. Yeah, see. Thanks very much, mate. Yeah, see you soon. Okay, I guess, guys, that's probably it for tonight. So thank you all so very much for joining in. Thank you so much for all your comments and chat and all the rest of it. I love doing this. I hope you enjoy watching it. I'll do my best to keep them coming. So enjoy your weekends, which isn't that far away. Take care of yourselves. Take care of the ones you love. And I'll see you very soon. I'll see you for Monday Matters. Take good care now. Thanks for joining in. Good night.